Hey yo, I had a patient try to hurt me on the overnight shift not too long ago. Check out this video and see how I handled it. Check it out. Hey yo, not too long ago, I was going down the project elevator with the typical project elevator appearance. A puddle of urine in the middle around 2 a.m. in the morning. I'm with my partner, with my patient, and his wife. And the patient was talking about how he's tired of having to go to the hospital, how he's so upset about it. And then I was able to mention something that I figured was going to be the cure to his problem, the cure to his constant having to go to the hospital. I told him, hey, listen, you're going to the hospital because you're hyperglycemic. You're going to the hospital because you have decompensated diabetes. And you know what? This could be remedied if you were not drinking so much alcohol. You should stop drinking. You should stop smoking. He got really upset. This guy was like 60 years old, got to the edge of the stretcher right where the feet are and almost knocked the stretcher over in the elevator, took off his buckle. We got out the elevator in the lobby. He made a show. What I did was, the way I handled this was, I asked him to please calm down. I told him to please stay on the stretcher, and I reinforced the fact that we were there to help him. He did not want to hear it. He was really upset. So what I did was I had my partner speak to him, and I didn't let him see me anymore, because every time he saw me, he kept reminding himself of what I said, which was he should stop drinking so he could feel better, so he won't have to go to the hospital anymore, because the drinking is not helping his diabetes. The smoking is not helping his health conditions. He interpreted it as me saying that he's a crackhead who's also an alcoholic. If the hat fits, apparently he wore it. Unfortunately, he got really irate and wanted to put hands on me. The way I handled this was this. My partner continued to communicate with him. I put the head up on the stretcher, because at this point he was off the stretcher in the lobby talking shit. And I would use the stretcher as a barrier between me and him, which is the patient. He had no problem with my partner, so allowed him to keep speaking to my partner while we call for PD, while we call for backup. By the way, they took about 15 minutes to arrive. Had this been a physical situation, we would have been 15 minutes by ourselves with no help. But either way, once the stretcher was as a barrier between me and the patient, I let my partner try and defuse it. It did not defuse it because the guy was probably also on coke. And I say that to say this, my people. Sometimes we may care for our patients more than they care for themselves. Sometimes the hard truth hurts. And if you're not ready to accept it and reflect on it, it might seem like an offense. But that same hard truth might hit you like a ton of bricks and propel you to move forward in life with patience or with whatever situation. With this unfortunate patient, he was not ready to accept it. And he felt offended and wanted to hurt me. Could he have hurt me? Probably, but highly unlikely. Because I was not going to let him. Because I'm always ready. So I don't have to get ready. I'm not Bruce Lee, and nor am I immune to having anything happen to me. But I increase the chances of my survival by what I do when I'm off work, which is including but not limited to living a healthy lifestyle, practicing martial arts, lifting weights, and eating healthy. But that's besides the point. What I want to say is this. Sometimes we care for people more than they care for themselves, like in this case. So what do we do for them? What's the best way to handle this? If you ever find yourself pouring your heart out to a patient, pouring your heart out to these people that you have on your ambulance, it's totally normal. They're human beings. Yes, they are a patient. Yes, they are an assignment number. No, you're not supposed to be taking your work home. But sometimes it's inevitable to see this guy in his pain. He's out of control. He can't control his diabetes. He can't control his life. I was there. Having him drinking was like seeing my uncle who has a drinking problem, seeing my cousins who have a drinking problem. What I see in him is what I seen in my entire upbringing. So I wanted to help him, but he got upset. It happens. So if you ever find yourself working as an EMT, as a paramedic, and you pour your heart out to patients, go right ahead. Because you know what? Although there's a small chance that they might get offended, there's also a big chance that you might change their life forever. I hope this helps. Peace.